Well, before I introduce my next guest, take a look at this. He's actually one of the people who's been standing up to these individuals spitting on Christian worshipers in the past.
If someone spits now, what do you think? It causes more harm to the Jews? When does it help? You think that someone will believe that you believe in Jesus? You don't have to demonstrate outwardly. We know by the way you look. You don't accept their religion. I understand that. They all understand that. But you don't have to spit. It is not honourable. What is hateful to you, do not do to others.
This is Christianity. Judaism says not to accept them. Here they murdered, so let them die with them.
Well, I'm joined now by the man in that video, Robby Berman, a tour guide from Jerusalem. Thank you so much for being with us. Look, I want to first ask you about that incident. You've clearly seen this happen in the past. This is not a new phenomenon. People from the right-wing settlers defending this as a, quote, ancient Jewish practice. Talk to us a little bit about your experience with this.
Well, first of all, that clip there at the very end, you didn't translate what he said, but he ended off by saying, I'm trying to have a conversation with the guy, and he ends off, you should die along with them. You should die along with the Christians. These are not pleasant conversations. I have kids from 10 years old to adults who are 50 years old who believe they need to spit at Christians. I've seen them spit on priests. I was on Jaffa Gate with a family, guiding a family, and two religious Jews walked by two priests, and they spit at them in front of 4 policemen. I screamed at the policemen, arrest them. They said, nah, the spit didn't really hit them. I said to the policemen, look, if these were 2 Arabs who were trying to spit on 2 rabbis and the spit missed them, you would jump on the Arabs, rough them up, drag them into the Kishla, and make sure they spent the night there to make sure they never do it again. You were letting these guys walk away. I'm very happy that the prime minister said, he said, "Bo liganot, let's condemn." I don't want him to condemn. I don't need the prime minister to condemn it. I want him to root it out. He needs to let Avi Cohen, the commander of the police station of the Kishla Merchav David of the old city of Jerusalem, he needs to let him know that he wants him to stop it. He has the capability. Avi Cohen has the capability of making sure the police don't make sure this happens. You had said in your introduction that these groups are walking by with a policeman because the policemen are sent by Avi Cohen to protect the Jews. Why are the policemen not there to protect the Jews and also the Christians? They tell the Jews, look, we'll walk with you, we'll protect you so no one attacks you as a Jew, but if you spit on a Christian or you spit at a church, we're going to arrest you too. Why can't you serve more than one function?
Right. So the police department releasing a lengthy statement today saying that they will, quote, take additional actions required to mitigate these acts. What kind of action do you think they'll take if police officers aren't really stopping them to begin with? And what you're describing is a little bit of bias within the police force themselves on how they treat certain groups versus others. So what do you actually think the police need to do here in a larger view?
I'll tell you what they need to do. I'll tell you what they need to do. It's very simple. The police have the authority to drag anyone they want to on suspicion of a crime, even if they don't have a film of the actual spitting or they don't. But if someone says, I saw him spit, you drag him into the kishla and you make him stay there for 2-3 hours. The yeshiva bachar who wants to go catch a minyan and wants to pray or wants to go study Torah or wants to hang out and do whatever he does, no one wants to be detained by the police for 2-3 hours. If every person who spit knew they were going to be detained in the police station for 3 hours, the spitting would stop today. That's all they need to do.
Well, look, there have been some pretty high-profile people like the prime minister, the foreign minister, the Israeli president who have come out against this. But the national security minister has not come out against this. And someone who actually was the spokesperson for his party, who is now entangled in a case where he's accused of being an accessory to the killing of a Palestinian in the West Bank in August, he released a lengthy statement saying it's worth noting this is a Jewish custom, quote, an ancient Jewish custom that people, have practiced for centuries. So what does it mean to not hear from the national security minister here?
Okay, look, I don't want to hear from the prime minister. I don't want to hear from any ministers. I don't want to hear from rabbis. I want to hear from Avi Cohen. He is the chief of police. He could make it stop tomorrow. I'm a tour guide. Robby Berman, the tour guide, is also a political activist. I've been a political activist for years about many different issues. Go to the power, speak to the power. Who's got the power? The police chief. If Avi Cohen makes a decision to stop it, it will stop tomorrow. A chief rabbi can make a declaration from here to tomorrow. No one's going to listen to him. The prime minister can make a declaration and decry what they're doing, but no one's going to listen to him. The police chief has the power to authorize his policemen. Look, I was there yesterday when a man spit, and it was a policeman there. He spit at the Armenian church. And I said to the policeman, arrest him. And the policeman said to me, go file a complaint. I said, but the guy's right here. Why should I file a complaint? I filed a complaint last month, and you guys claimed you closed the file because you said you couldn't find him. Well, you could find him. He's right here. The policeman refused. So I took a picture of the guy as he ran off. And I actually saw the picture of his school where he studies in the West Bank. And I gave it to the police, and I filed a complaint. They know where he lives. He goes to that yeshiva in Panay, in Ma'aleh Hever, in the West Bank near Hebron. There's only 700 inhabitants there. He goes to the yeshiva. Let's see if the police arrest him. I don't want statements. I don't want people denouncing it. I want Avi Cohen, the Nitzav, Mishneh Nitzav, to go ahead and to make it a priority. Make it a priority to protect Jews and protect Christians as well.
Robby Berman joining us from Jerusalem on the prejudice and continued spitting against Christians. Thank you.
You're welcome.